Yo, guys, welcome back to the Modern Creative Podcast, episode 43, I believe. We're so close to episode 50. We're getting there, man. How are you doing? It's your boy, Alberto Mendoza. I am well. Thank you for asking. It's been a hot minute since I did one of these solo podcasts. So bear with me if I sound a little rusty. I just got done traveling to Utah. Literally got home last night. We were there for a week. I'll get into that in a little bit. But other than that, I have been working a lot. I have been updated my website. I'm currently working on a reel, a cinematographer, director, photographer, whatever you want to call it, reel, just to update it because I haven't done one since like 2019, I believe. I'll probably make an episode about the reel so we could give you some tips and tricks as far as like what to look for in a reel and whatnot. But been doing that. Been doing a lot of personal stuff as well. A lot of BTS editing as well. I have been grinding, and it's so crazy how fast this year is going by, man. It's like when you're just so focused and you're so just chipping at it and just working and working and working, all of a sudden you pause, look back. It's like, whoa, we're already in November. That's pretty crazy to me. I feel like we just started this podcast recently, even though it was like the top of the year. But so let me talk about my Utah trip. My buddy Rafi, who was on episode 2, I believe, of the podcast, he hit me up and said, hey, I have a buddy of mine who is an inspiring filmmaker. He just wrote his first short film. So he sent us a script and he says, hey, I'm going to go up there to help film. And it'd be cool if I could have you with me too. And so I'm like, yo, I'm down. I've never shot a well, I take that back. I have shot a short film, but with a bigger crew, but this will be like literally a 2 to 3 man crew. Mostly just him and I. So I said, hey, I am down to go. It's been a long time since I've been on a real like movie set. So let's make this happen. So we drove all the way to near Park City, Utah. But first we did a pit stop to Angel's Landing because I wanted to do that hike again. Because the last time I did that hike, I had just literally a GoPro Hero 3, I believe. And this is before the mirrorless and the DSLRs that I got involved with. So it was cool to go there, take some photos and whatnot, and just make that quick little pit stop and then go back to Park City. But if you're interested in seeing some of the images that I took, feel free to check it out on my personal Instagram. Link will be in the description. So yeah, and then we made our way up to Park City, Utah, which from Angel's Landing to there, that was like another 4.5 hours, 5-hour drive. So it was a lengthy drive to say the least. So we got there late, like around midnight, to the actual cabin, and the cabin was gorgeous, like literally in the middle of the woods. It was just so very naturey, and that was the kind of vibe I was kind of going for as well. So once he told me where we're gonna stay, I'm like, hey, I'm sold. Let's make it happen. So it took us 3 days to produce this film. The first day we pretty much sat down, we did a little game planning as far as like what we're going to do, give a shot list, go in depth with the script writing and whatnot. So that was very cool. And so day 2, we actually shot a lot of it. And then day 2, we completed the whole film, which was very fun. I'm probably going to do a BTS breakdown on the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I highly suggest you check out the YouTube channel, which will be linked in the description as well. And there you'll be able to see the BTS that I'm referring to. So one of the main reasons why I decided to take on this project was because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do something different from what I'm used to doing, which was creating videos for clients and whatnot, and even creating a podcast and stuff like that. So I wanted to do something a little bit more narrative. And once this opportunity was presented, I said, let's make this happen. And yeah, it was very fun because going into it, I knew that I was just going to be a camera operator, which is like, if I were to, let's say, dream job and I wanted to film a feature film, I don't want to direct. I don't want to deal with lighting. I just want to hold the camera and shoot it. So I got an opportunity to do that. My friend Rafi, he was the director of, co-director technically, since the script writer was also directing the shoot as well. So it was a really cool team effort. We had a total of 4 of us, myself, Rafi, the scriptwriter, and his wife, who they were both actors in the actual film. So it was literally just 2 actors in the 5-minute film that we're working on right now. It was a cool experience. We got to play with some great lighting equipment. My buddy Rafi did a great job with lighting the set with just 2 different lights, which was the Amaran 200X. and I believe we had like a 600D. So I got the opportunity to play with some new equipment that I recently purchased for the camera. So I bought myself a V-mounted battery, and I also got myself a plate that goes to the cage. So you attach it there, attach the top handle, attach a side handle, and have a monitor and the mic. And this thing looked like a freaking real cinema camera, in my opinion. So it was very cool to work off that. We had Rafi's Sony A1 on the gimbal if we needed some movement shots. So it was very easy for us to like work together because my camera was more the cameras on sticks that was like more rigged up and the handheld shots. And if we needed some gimbal work, we could easily go to his camera and just put whatever lens we need and not worry about breaking things down and tearing things apart and whatnot. So when this opportunity was presented, like I said, don't have much experience creating films. I've probably been in 2 to 3 sets, and that was like years ago. So I said, hey, let's make this happen. Maybe I could rediscover something inside of me that loves creating films. And I can't say I'm there. It's definitely doesn't come natural to me because it's something completely different than the kind of stuff that I produce, such as interviews and documentaries, or not even documentaries, but like corporate stuff. So creating films is just a different other beast that's like I said, I'm not super into. So it was cool to have that experience. Like I'm very grateful for that experience, but it also reassured to me like, hey, I'm in the right path. So I'm glad that I had that out of my system, you know? So like what I'm trying to say is, I know it's hard for me to put it out in words, but what I'm trying to say is that it's good for you guys to try, like I said, different kinds of work, whether it's wedding filmmaking, whether it's corporate, whether it's events, whether it's filmmaking, like traditional filmmaking, like creating a movie from a script, having actors, directors, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good to do all that kind of stuff to see what you really love and see what you don't really love. If you're on a field right now, like a field of work that you're kind of doing it just for the money and you're not really passionate about it, I mean, sure, unless the money is amazing, I don't know how sustainable that could be. Like I can't pretend to do something that I love to do just for the money. Like for example, weddings. Like I'm actually going to film my last wedding this month, and I'm super excited to be done and close that wedding filmmaking chapter of my life, because I've come to realize that I just don't love producing wedding films. Like in the very beginning, it was amazing, but I'm just not. I just don't love the process. And to me, it's not fair for a couple to invest thousands of dollars to hire me to create a wedding film, you know? So don't get me wrong. Like if you guys are wondering like, well, this last wedding film, like, are you going to give your all? Like, yes, I every project that I'm involved with, I give it 125%. Like I go ham with it. So I'm going to focus on what I'm doing right now. And I currently love what I'm doing right now. So try different avenues and figure out what you like and what you don't like. But that is it for me, guys. This is going to be a very short one. I do apologize. I promise you the next one will be a lot more beefier with more bars. But thank you for listening, guys. If you guys are in Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please give it a 5-star rating. Hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button for me. Give it a like, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.